Kids, you probably saw a lot of people this weekend at Comic-Con. You're seeing one now. You'll see some tomorrow and stuff. Every one of the fucking people that you're going to see who walks across this stage, walks across any of the other stages, shares something at the genetic level with all of you. They began their journey to wherever they are by being a fan, just like you. And they aggregated from the audience to the stage as a creator. That's not because they have God-given talent. That's not because they're special. That's not because they were fucking handpicked or something like that. That's because they tried. That's because they said, that looks fun and I want to try it too. So if you like this shit and if you're willing to sit in a seat for hours listening to people talk about movies and stuff, you're a filmmaker. You just haven't made your film yet. So I implore you, over the course of the next year, man, it's fun to watch other people do things and make things. It's even more fun to do them yourself. And now we live in an age when everything's possible. When I made my first movie, we had to rent film equipment and shit like that. Like, the first film I ever did cost $27,575. And most kids, when I tell them that today, they're like, what'd you do with the money? Now they've got fucking technology that you can make your own film. If you've got fucking one of these goddamn phones and shit, you got a studio in your pocket, you can make whatever you want. If you don't want to make that, shit, you could record a podcast. If you don't want to do that, you could just write. Express yourself, man. And I don't mean like jump on the internet and be like, fucking Superman sucked. Like, that's not, yes, that is a form of self-expression, but that's not gonna help anybody, one iota. You may argue, yeah, it'll stop somebody from seeing fucking Superman. Let them make up their own fucking mind and shit like that. When I say express yourself, I mean share something of yourself that only you could possibly fucking share, man. Everyone in this room is an amazing little content generator, living a very unique life experience from all the rest of us. We all share the human condition, but your journey is so fucking unique and so interesting, man. When first-time storytellers think about doing stuff, they try to ape what others have done before, mimic what has been done before. Like, that seems successful, I'll try that. That's a way to go. You could do that. If there is success one time, perhaps there'll be success in another time as well. But I would always encourage you to die on the cross of originality, because you have something to say that nobody has ever fucking heard before, and you're the only person who can fucking say it. When we talk about the movie business, usually people dismiss it as like, oh, they just make sequels and fucking remakes. It sucks. That's what pays the bills. But you know what they dream about? They dream about you, someone they've never met, walking through the door and telling them a fucking story that knocks their fucking hat off, man. That makes them go like, my God, that moves me, and we're all gonna make a bunch of money and shit like that. They're never gonna get that from me. When I walk into a studio, they're like, we get it, Clerks 9, fuck off. But they've heard my stories over and over again and shit. It's all variations on a theme, because I've been doing it for 3 decades. But you have not. And everything you have to say is fucking useful. We are all in this together, but nobody is coming to save us, man. The only way we get out of this one fucking best possible of all worlds alive is with togetherness, man. We have answers that other people need. When you express yourself and tell your story, you're not just possibly entertaining somebody, you're possibly giving them fucking information, tools for them to make their life fucking a little bit better, man. So not only do you get something off your chest and get to make a piece of art or something like that, make pretend. And if art sounds too lofty, just bring it down to like make pretend and do a fucking thing. Even if it's just that, you've self-fucking expressed. You put something out there, and you have something uniquely yours that maybe you haven't had since childhood. A make-pretend thing that you made, you could put up on the fridge, that you fucking own. There was nothingness, and then you brought something into creation. That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is you fucking tell a story that saves somebody's life. This is not an exaggeration. I've been doing this shit 31 years, as previously mentioned, and invariably, no matter where I go in the world, I always meet people who will tell me some sweet story about something I fucking made that changed their life, man. I use this example all the time because it still moved me. It happened within 2 years. 2 years ago, I was doing a show in Dallas. What was that fucking show? Dallas Fan Con, or whatever it's called and stuff. So while I was there, you know, you take pictures and you sign shit. It's just like this fucking con. And there was a dude who came up, and he had a copy of Mallrats on VHS. Beat up the fuck. Looked like it went through a washer machine and shit. But, you know, it was from 1995. It's a VHS. It's a fucking relic and stuff. He put it on the table. I said, oh, look at this fucking piece of Americana. I was like, this has seen better days. Holy shit. And he goes, that's my copy. I've had it for years. I want to get it signed for my son. I said, how old's your son? He goes, he's newborn and stuff. And I was like, oh, all right. Okay, well, don't show him this movie for many, many years and stuff. And he goes, no, I'm gonna show him this movie because this is the movie that saved my life. That's why I want you to sign it to him. And I hear that compliment quite a bit. It's a nice thing that people say. We're like, you did a thing that saved my life. And I've said that to other artists, and I know what that means. It's not really fucking true. Like when somebody goes, Clerks saved my life, it's not like they're like, I was hanging from a cliff and a copy of Clerks, I grabbed onto it and it saved my, you know. No, they're speaking metaphorically or whatever. It's a nice thing to hear as somebody that did something that changed or saved somebody's life. So when he said it, I know how to respond to that after years. I was like, oh my God, thank you, that means the world. And he goes, no, I'm being serious. He's going, I just want to share this with you before you sign it. He's going, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, every day I came home from school, my father would beat the shit out of me to within an inch of my life, every day, really violently. And then I would crawl in a bloody pulp to my room, close the bedroom door, clean myself up, put in mall rats, and I would escape to the mall with Brody and TS and Jay and Silent Bob, and that was my escape, and that gave me my strength to head into the next day. He's going, now I'm a father, and I would never do to my son what that piece of shit did to me, but I know that this is important that my boy know that he's alive today because I lived through some shit, so can you make it out to him? It was Mallrats, kids. Like, it wasn't even one of the good movies I made, you know what I'm saying? But that movie had a profound fucking effect. When I was making Mallrats, I wasn't thinking like, this is gonna help some poor kid somewhere who's getting a regular beatdown. But it did, man. And so you never know what the fuck you're working on or what you could possibly say that is gonna save somebody else's fucking life. Every day is a fucking school day. And you have information the world will never know unless you share it in one form or another, man. So if you choose to use that voice of yours, and I don't mean just your speaking voice, I mean your voice is your perspective, your voice is your currency, your voice is how you see the world and spit it back to the world, the filter through which your perspective comes out for everybody. Your voice is valuable, it's your currency. You can fucking spend it, and you should in this lifetime, man. Don't tell other people's stories. Tell yours, man, because it's unique and it's never been told before, and no one can ever tell your story. Nobody has your perspective, and who knows how valuable that perspective is. So it's fun to sit around at Comic-Con and watch people who've made their dreams come true, man. I sat here moderating panels with famous people who made movies and shit. I was like, fucking A, they all started out there as fans and shit. Now they're up here doing their thing. And it's fun to sit around and do that and whatnot because we love the arts, the popular arts, but kids, I implore you, don't leave this world without fucking trying it yourself. You're all fucking storytellers as well. No better than any of us who've been up here. Maybe some cat's got more money than you, but that fucking don't make a difference. Make sure before you leave this best of all possible worlds, you let them know who you fucking are by expressing yourself. Now, if you're a person that's like, well, I've always wanted to hunt humans, I'm not talking to you, man. Your dreams are unimportant and they're nightmares. Don't make them come true and shit. But try to make your dreams come true before you leave this place, kids. I'm telling you, I try every day. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't and shit. But like, what are you gonna do other than give it a shot? Thanks for...
What is the most impactful dialogue you've ever heard in something on screen, whether that's a movie or a TV show?
Listen, Centauri, I'm not any of those guys. I'm a kid from a trailer park. If that's what you think, then that's all you'll ever be.